All right, cool. So let's jump into week 2. I hope you found week 1 to be enjoyable. So we went through the overview. You had the opportunity to work with your teams and introduce yourself, and hopefully you had the opportunity to also just get oriented with the course. Just a nice reminder that if you need any resources at all, whether it's with the course, you can always reach out to me. I know that our institution has a host of resources as well. So, all right, here's your mission for week 2. Again, a little more on culture, but now we're going to look more at some diversity, the intersection of social work and military values. And it's important to start off with a hierarchy. So, there is a chain of command that goes all the way from the lowest enlisted soldier all the way up, quite literally, to the President of the United States. And from the top to the bottom, there are intermediate level supervisors, people of different ranks and responsibilities. And every one of those have an impact on how your experiences as a member of the military. For social workers, often you'll be interacting with those of different rank. You'll be working with commissioned officers, you'll be working with non-commissioned officers, you'll be working with our GS employees or contractors, all of which have different ranks and titles and responsibilities and leadership responsibilities that are inherent to their position. And sometimes these relationships can get pretty complex. So, the military is an incredibly unique and challenging and also rewarding profession. And one of the things that does that are just the intricate relationships that you build. The relationships you have with your friends, your family, your coworkers, the civilians, your leaders, all of that stuff. We'll be discussing a bit about how these relationships have been formed. It's important to highlight intersectionality and diversity within the military. People who join the military come from all walks of life. You could come from some of the most under-resourced areas in the entire world. You could be victim to a host of different traumas. You could be intersectioned as it relates to your sexuality, your gender, your race, religion. The more that we find that, the more intersection that you may be, the more at risk you may be for specific issues. We'll talk about how the military approaches diversity, intersectionality, issues like sexuality and religion and race and equal opportunity. We'll talk a bit about some of the norms that form in the military, and we'll talk about how to navigate some of those things. Lastly, we're just going to talk a bit about competency. And so just introducing how to have these conversations with those who have different backgrounds, those who have different ranks, things of that nature. And then lastly, I'm going to ask that we do a little bit of a case study. And so here's your mission for you and your team that's coming down. So your objective, I want you to collaborate, problem solve, increase your competency, improve your ability to advocate as military social workers. You'll each be assigned a scenario, and what I'm going to ask your team to do is discuss and present how you're going to provide an overview of intersectionality, address things such as microaggressions, and how to incorporate your awareness of intersectionality into your practice. Your team is going to present this plan of action to us however you see fit. So there are no rules. You don't have to PowerPoint. You don't have to do a video. You could do text. It's completely up to you and your team as to how you want to present your information. Lastly, we'll debrief. I want you to reflect on how your team performed. Take into consideration what you did well and acknowledge some areas that you can improve. In our line of work, we call this an AAR, an actor action review. We look at what are we going to continue to use, what improvements can we make to next time, all with the hope of improving our team. As always, looking forward to seeing your work, and if you have any questions, just let me know.